In this first story, we learn why it's always important to listen to the locals. They warned Liz, but she just couldn't resist the temptation of the unknown. I don't know about you, but if somebody told me to stay out of a spooky forest, I would definitely listen. The scent of pine was thick in Liz's lungs. She ran through the dark, shadowy forest, and branches whipped her in the face, leaving stinging welts. Her breath ragged, but she just couldn't stop running. The thunderous footsteps echoed behind her. Dum, dum, dum. I shouldn't have come here. I thought they were crazy, but maybe they were right. What is this thing anyway? It's pretty big to be a deer. I should have stayed out. A flash of yellow eyes, impossibly large, seared through the darkness. Liz's foot caught in a root, and she sprawled onto the damp earth. As she rushed and scrambled to her feet, a low growl vibrated through her chest. Don't look back, just get up and keep running. The locals' warnings echoed in her mind. Stay off Blackwood Ridge after dark. There's something out there. She should have listened. A flicker of warm light pierced the gloom ahead. Hope surged through her veins as a cabin materialized between the trees. Liz threw herself against the door, pounding on the rough wood. Boom, boom. Help, please, anyone, help. The door swung open. Green. A man with a weathered face and piercing eyes filled the doorframe. His gaze darted from Liz to the woods behind her, back again. It's okay. Come in, he said. Liz didn't hesitate. She drove right past him, collapsing on the wooden floor as he slammed the door and threw the bolt. The cabin was sparse. Fire crackled in the stone earth, casting dancing shadows across the wall. Couple of chairs, small kitchen. No photos, though. No personal touches. What's the matter? Are you lost or something? The man asked. Liz's words tumbled out between gasps. No. Something chasing me. Huge, yellow eyes like a... Hey, calm down now. Like a werewolf? The man's lips twisted into some humorless smile. No, you didn't see a werewolf. They don't exist. But He cut her off with a wave of his hand. The mind plays tricks when you're out here, especially when you're all alone. He moved to the fireplace and his long shadows stretched across the room. It's not monsters you fear in these woods. The cold is probably a lot worse. Liz went stiff. What do you mean? I thought there was a monster out here and everyone talks about it. The man turned, firelight glinting in his eyes. It's all just myths and rumors, you know. Can't go around believing everything everyone says. Just because there have been a couple of missing kids here doesn't mean that there's really monsters. You can stay a while, though. Come on, sit. I'll make some tea. Liz sank into the chair, her body slowly relaxing, but her mind racing. She looked around and noticed the door, bolted shut with two big locks. Suddenly unsure if she had found sanctuary or walked into a trap. She perched on the edge of her seat, every muscle tense. If there's really nothing to be afraid of, then what does he need those big locks for? The man busied himself in this kitchen. You know you're not the first to come running out of these woods all panicked, he said back to her. People see all sorts of things out here. But I know what I saw, Liz insisted. The man returned with two steaming mugs. He handed one to Liz, the chipped ceramic warm against her trembling fingers. Chamomile, he said. Good for the nerves. Liz took a hesitant sip, the warmth spreading through her, comforting. So, the man said, leaning against the wall, tell me exactly what you think you saw. As Liz recounted her experience, the man's expression remained impassive. When she finished, he nodded slowly. The mind is a powerful thing, he mused. Fear can make us see all sorts of impossible things. Liz frowned. You don't believe me? I believe you saw something. But werewolves, come on. You're a rational person. Just think about it. It's probably an animal, like a big deer or a dog or a raccoon even. Doubt crept into Liz's mind. The warm tea and the man's calm demeanor really had clashed with the terror she just had experienced outside. Had she really seen what she thought she saw? There's nothing to fear but cold and maybe a bit of darkness out here. You can go back out once you've warmed up and face your fears head on. Liz's eyes widened. What? No, I can't. Yes, you can, he insisted, his voice gaining. And you should. Otherwise, that fear'll haunt you forever. I do feel a lot better after having some tea, and the fire has helped me warm up. Maybe I can do it. Of course you can. He unbolted the door. Cool night air rushed in. Liz stood on shaky legs, her heart pounding. Every instinct screamed at her to stay inside where it was safe and warm. But the man's words, they wormed their way into her mind. Was she really going to let fear control her? Just take a step outside, he urged. I promise there's nothing out there that can hurt you. Liz inched towards the threshold. The woods were quiet now, almost peaceful. Maybe she had overreacted. She stood in the doorway and looked outside. Maybe you're right. There is nothing to fear. She took a step outside, but the moment she did, a twig snapped in the darkness. Liz froze. She turned around. What was that? There's definitely something out there. The man's expression didn't change, but something cold flickered in his eyes. Probably just a deer. Nothing to worry about. Another snap. Closer this time. Low grumble rumbled in the night. Liz stumbled back, but bumped into the man. That's not a deer. We need to get back inside. We need to close the door now. The man didn't move. He stood tall in the doorway, blocking the path. His lips curled into a dark smile. Why? There's nothing out there, remember? Just your imagination. Panic clawed at Liz's throat. Please, let me back in. Something's out there. I can see it. I'm not blind. Of course you're not. But my son doesn't like it when people come trespassing in our woods. You were warned to stay out, and you should have listened. Realization hit like a hammer. You're helping him? She tried to escape the monster, but wound up straight in the belly of the beast. No, I think he really enjoys hunting them down himself, actually. I let you catch your breath and rest up a little so you actually have a chance. And he doesn't get too bored. If you run as fast as you can, you might just have a chance. Ha ha! Liz turned and ran as fast as she could, knowing there was nowhere to hide. All she could do was sprint as fast as her legs could carry her. The beast's howl echoed through the night.